Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good night.
And also fourth meal, which is a juice generally.
Or like maybe like just a handful of peanut butter pretzels. But like that's it.
You always give too much detail when we do this part. Hey,
Chopped up radishes.
Sipha, do you know who Andy Karl is?
The guy's sitting right here.
Yeah. Do you know anything else about him?
Rocky.
He's in Rocky.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Andy Karl is Rocky in Rocky.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's hear it. Hold on. What does Rocky sound like?
Yo, he sounds like this. He speaks low and he carries a big stick.
How did you get that effect so fast? That was really amazing.
It's early.
Oh, I'm really impressed by that.
No problem. No, I do it nightly, so it's great to sort of follow in that footsteps of Sylvester Stallone doing the role and just like take on some of the voice, take on some of the tics, but also make it an honest performance and do a great fight and fall in love.
How long? I mean, first of all, how long have you been doing it overall? Like, when did you start working on Rocky Balboa?
Well, I'm talking for me personally. 3 years ago, I was involved in like some of the preliminary readings of this thing with Stallone being there and making sure that he's casting the right guy. So over the past 3 years, I've been off and on working on this production, and now finally it's this Broadway production, which is full sets, full costumes, full ring, full.
Yeah, I heard the
fights.
fight scene's crazy.
But yeah, the last 20 minutes of this show, I start the show off with a 5-minute fight, a couple rounds, and yeah, I win that one. But at the end, we have a 20-minute fight where it's like it's this fully choreographed thing, which I'm gonna use the term choreographed lightly because there are some moments in there where we're just wailing on each other. But it's all very scientific and it looks real and it looks great and people are really loving it.
Well, that's the thing that I'm super interested in. Jen from Brooklyn went and saw the show.
Really?
And she absolutely loved it. And Jen's a big sports fan. I'm like, how was the fight scene? Because that part makes me nervous. I'm a huge fan of professional wrestling, so I truly appreciate the art of making fighting look real.
Yeah.
And obviously, you guys are not professional wrestlers, which is a different thing altogether. Yeah. So it's complicated to have a fight scene that doesn't look super cheesy.
Yeah. I think what this Steve Hoggett, who's our choreographer, the fight choreographer, he's done a couple shows, but he really wanted to make this as detailed and authentic as possible. So we're telling stories with the way we're fighting. Obviously, that's what they did in the movie. Rocky fights low and slow, and he goes to the body, and Apollo goes to the head. So we're making full contact fighting happen every night. Wow. It's just a matter of I know where the punches are coming from, so I know how to react and respond. But as far as the audience is concerned, it really looks real. Every night I got people coming up and telling me, it's like, do you really get hit? I'm like, yeah, I really get hit. And like, how do you get the blood on there? And the blood's everywhere, the sweat's flying, and the energy in the house is amazing, and sold out
cool.
crowds now, which is great. So
really,
they're all going crazy.
How long has it been on Broadway?
We opened March 13th. Word of mouth has just been building and building and building with this show.
Really?
And people were skeptical. Rocky the musical.
Yeah.
What are you gonna, how are you gonna do that? And why would you do that? But we keep the dignity and the heart of the original movie, the first movie, and we really like bring it home with some great songs, but also some great stagecraft with the fights and with the set. It's
cool.
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Let me and I look forward to seeing it. And I'm gonna be clear. Rocky is, when I get forced into the conversation of favorite movie, Rocky's there. It's in that hovers in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah,
you're a huge fan of it?
Absolutely, seen them. I was just watching a YouTube of of one of the speeches from Rocky Balboa while I was waiting to come on the air.
Honestly, even Rocky Balboa was pretty good.
It's great because they sort of return to all the movies sort of follow the same formula, but it's all about the integrity and the heart of this one character that speaks for the average person around here. They all get this opportunity to take on something great like a huge fight and go the distance and become better and become dignified and also reach the highest goal that you possibly can and reach higher than you thought you could. And so even for me with this show, that's what I'm doing. Every night I'm out there and I'm killing it. I'm trying to kill it and give 120% because the movie means a lot to me, but also the story is it's right there.
Yeah, it's definitely the story.
Is Rocky 1 your favorite?
It is now. I'll tell you that. I grew up on like Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Mr. T and Drago and that kind of stuff. So it's that
Bubba Lang.
Yeah.
One is the more adult. One is the most adult of the movies.
Yeah, and it's the most independent film. It was filmed like for barely $1 million, and Stallone got nothing for it, but he wrote the script and he demanded that he be in the movie. You know, he fought for that movie for himself, and it put him on the map, and it's his baby. And it.
Do you have is any of the Bill Conti music in it?
Yeah, we have the Rocky theme. We can't deny the Rocky theme.
What about Philadelphia Morning though?
Oh, Philadelphia Morning. Is there a song called Philadelphia Morning?
Philadelphia Morning is you know it.
Probably know if I
It's
hear
been
it.
sampled in mad shit. It's Philadelphia Morning is just another one of the soundtrack that it's a Philadelphia Morning. It's one of the jogging scenes or something at the beginning. It's when he first wakes up and is doing the eggs and stuff.
Eggs, yeah. No, I think we're using the Rocky theme. We're also using Eye of the Tiger from Rocky 2.
Well, you have to bring that. You kind of have for Broadway. You kind of have to.
I was gonna ask if it's in there, but I was like, nah, because this play seems like it's based on the first one.
Yeah.
And that's not till the second one, but you gotta use it.
Yeah, Stallone wanted it in there. He really wanted it, and we use it as a montage.
Right.
Music.
Well, Stallone's probably
I'm
like,
drinking eggs and I'm
nothing's
upstairs.
Listen, Rocky is all about the montage. Yeah. You have to you have to have it.
Second act has that montage, man. We have 2 of them.
Really? You're too the montage. I love making fun of lovingly the montages in Rocky. In 4, that song he's listening to when it shows him driving, the pissed
Hearts
off
on
one.
Fire.
Hearts on fire. It's so
Rocky
80s.
Is
it's
Italian.
awesome.
Rocky is Italian for montage.
Is that true? I did not know that.
Facts.
Yeah, that is a fact?
Facts. Italian word.
Wow.
It's out of Rocky.
Oh, I did not know that. That's very interesting. This is not your first go-round on Broadway, right?
No, I've done a lot of. I've been in Jersey Boys. I was in Wicked. I was in 9 to 5 the musical. I've done a couple of
Jersey Boys on Broadway.
Yeah, that's the one. I just finished that and took 2 weeks off and started.
Wait.
For Rocky.
You were just in Jersey Boys.
Yeah, like December was my last.
Oh, so I just saw you in Jersey Boys.
Oh, you did?
I saw, dude.
I'm everywhere. You can't get rid of me.
I'm honest to God.
Were you in Mormon?
I wasn't in Mormon.
Ah,
I
come
haven't
on.
even seen
Can
that.
I talk
show.
about Jersey
Can't
Boys
get tickets.
first?
I know. I was just seeing if he was in Mormon. Book of Mormon.
But it runs at the same time as Jersey Boys.
I'm just checking.
You should really see Jersey Boys. Anyways, it was so good. Who were you?
Tommy DeVito.
Yo, okay, and you know what's so crazy? God, everything's full circle.
It's weird.
Jim Brewer while you were waiting for us, Jim Brewer was just sitting there doing a Joe Pesci impression.
We were just talking about Jim Brewer in the lobby. It's
No.
going full circle now.
That's why we were late for you, is because Jim Brewer was doing his Joe
my
Pesci
God.
right now. And I was about to be like, he told a story about how Joe Pesci once basically scared the crap out of him. And I was like, man, Joe Pesci's life's so interesting, because in Jersey Boys, when they introduced Joe Pesci's character, the real Joe Pesci, because he was friends with Frankie Valli. That's where he started.
So yeah,
The real
Joe Pesci started out
the actor.
just as their
friend.
friggin'.
The little. He was that little,
Yeah.
but he was a tough guy.
He was the tough guy. He was just around.
Frankie Valli.
Yes.
And then became an actor.
Yes.
Wow, I
Jim
didn't know
Brewer, hands down, best Pesci
he's in it?
impersonation ever.
that. There's a Pesci guy.
The
in
Pesci
it,
character, a pretty big character. The Pesci characters pops up throughout the whole thing.
and his name is Joe Pesci.
Yes, and they did how do they introduce it? It was kind of funny how they would, like, when they first introduced Joe Pesci's character, it's like, no, really, it's Joe Pesci.
Yeah, no,
Right.
Joe Pesci. Who knew? You know, that's one of the lines I used to say. Is like,
Wow.
Joe Pesci. Yeah, that Joe Pesci.
Right,
Who
they-
knew? And you know, but he's a young kid in
Right.
Jersey Boys. But he
Oh, shit.
obviously before he blew up. So.
Yeah.
How were you always a great singer? Was that always just part of your deals? You were an actor and a singer?
I mean, I grew up. My mother played organ for her church, so I just grew up with music around the house all the time. I learned piano by ear, guitar by ear, that kind of thing. It just sort of like naturally came into my house. My mother's a musician, so I sort of built off from there, and I found that I could sing, and started auditioning for small roles once I moved up to New York, and now I'm like, I better sing.
Yeah.
You're up there. You got songs to do.
Dude, did you know before you did, and obviously Rocky is out right now, and you should go get tickets to see it, because it's getting harder and harder to get tickets to.
Yeah.
It's going to become one of those things you can't get tickets to. But did you know how awesome Frankie Valli was before you did Jersey Boys? Because I'll be honest, before I saw Jersey Boys, I knew there was a couple songs. I didn't know that, like, every time they'd hit a new song, I'd be like, oh, he did that too?
So, yeah, the category of that music is it's ridiculous. They have so many hits, and so many hits that Bob Crew and Bob Gaudio wrote that other artists did. It's one of those things where you find out more about the story than you ever knew about the Four Seasons. You just maybe heard a couple songs on the radio one day, but then all of a sudden, with Jersey Boys, which is now a movie, the trailer just got released like yesterday.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's great. They're using the original John Lloyd Young, who won the Tony as Frankie Valli. He's in the movie. He's playing Frankie Valli, so it's great. They're keeping, you know.
Are they going full musical for the movie?
I think they're basically doing
the show,
but in a more, you know, real life
I
setting.
get very weird. I have mixed feelings about the musical movie.
What, like
This
Les
one-
Mis?
Yeah.
My brother so psyched to see Les Mis, which is questionable on a whole different level.
That's a weird.
But for me, musical movies are weird. I don't know. I have to be honest. Musicals, period. I have to really like the music. Like that's one of
Even
the
the
things
old ones?
Well, that's why I love Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
It's good songs.
It's
These are
good
real
songs.
songs. It's not like, hey, Cipha, let's go out tonight. It's like, you know, it's real just music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about, you know, Jersey Boys was that it's like it's all concert style music. So you're not really, they're not just trying to tell you a story through the music. The music
You're
is
performing
aside for
songs.
them.
You're just performing awesome songs.
And Rocky is actually like really, really well done in the way that
Inspiring,
we're
probably.
telling this, but we're also, they keep the what would it be like for Rocky to sing. They really made sure that they went into how he would sing. So yeah, I'm singing low, but I'm also, you know,
Okay, is this-
power ballads. It's all like,
Is it hard, though, as Rocky? One of the endearing traits about Rocky Balboa is he's a good man.
Yeah.
And he's not a stupid man, but he is somewhat simple. I wouldn't even say he's simple, much as I'd say he's not complex.
He's not a complex character.
So
I mean, as far as like, you know, he doesn't intellectualize, you know, all the
he doesn't
things
over intellectualize. He's a good guy. He knows right from wrong. He does the right thing by people. He works hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be that kind of guy, and then you want to go into song, like big song, but keep his character sort of intact. How do you manage to do that?
I mean, it's been really great because you have these writers that know how to do that. Lynn Aronson, Steve Flaherty, who wrote the music, and also our director is very aware of how to, like, you know, make sure that we're riding that line, that it isn't like all of a sudden Rocky just goes into you know, some wonderful ballad about him, you know.
Hey,
I
bro,
can't-
I'm hitting sides of beef.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, I'm hitting sides of beef. None of that.
None of that.
Okay, it's inspiring.
We're
do
talking
you
about.
need any writers?
Actually, we need some singers.
They were
so-
looking for something for Hey Bro. We're the one called Hey Bro. That was the big one.
So there's a song that I actually sing called "Fight from the Heart," where it's the decision to take on the fight with Apollo. So I'm sort of left alone on stage.
You don't
but-
use the N-word in that song, do you?
Why would they use the N-word in that song, Seth? They don't use the N-word in the movie. Why would they ever use it?
I don't
Oh,
know.
he gave me a look. Half a look. I didn't like it.
I didn't give you a look.
Who is Apollo?
Apollo is this guy Terrence Archie. He's amazing. Really, really great Apollo. I mean, he's awesome.
Is there a legit
He's a guy too, and I'm trying every day. I'm trying to lift more weights just
to
get
stand
bigger
next to him?
guy,
Is there a legit Jew playing Mick?
yeah. Good catch, Goldberg. Actually, you know, we never mentioned the Jewish side of Mickey, but you
Well,
know,
I don't even know. It only comes up honestly when he dies.
Rocky, yeah, in Rocky
What?
Three.
He's
when
Jewish?
he
When
dies,
Clubber
he-
Lang
he's-
scares him to death, and then you see Rocky at the funeral. He's like, "Brooke, Shem,
Yeah.
and Rocky does Hebrew.
Oh, I didn't even, yeah, I guess now you.
keeping your eye out.
Who's Adrian?
Adrian's this wonderful girl, Margot Seibert, who grew up 20 minutes away from where I grew up.
Really?
And it's weird, like, we didn't know that until after we were cast, and we're like, oh, I got this homegirl, you know, we're from Baltimore, and we just had this immediate
Where in
connection.
Baltimore are you from?
I'm from, like, Baltimore County, like, I grew up all over, like, in Lutherville, Timonium, but also, like, in the city.
I'm gonna translate. I'm from DC. I'm gonna translate for Cipha.
Okay.
All shit places. You don't,
Yeah.
just places you don't want to go.
Got it.
All right, and we're
Not wire
and
shit.
we're no, not that kind of shit.
Wire
Just
shit.
like
Right.
random. You drive past it on your way to Washington.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Timonium. Who lives out there?
Timonium.
You just keep driving.
That was me.
What? And where is she from?
She's from, like, Howard County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
getting more towards civilization.
Okay, good for her. Good for her.
I'm from Montgomery County, so we look down our nose at the rest of the state. But I was asking, sorry, about Adrian though. That scene, their incredibly awkward love scene. Do you guys really try to stay true to that? To take off your glasses, you know, you're beautiful. That whole thing is.
You got nice eyes.
Yeah.
Take off the hat. You know, I want to kiss you. You know.
Yeah,
it's
that whole
it's
thing's
all there.
awkward.
It's all there. It's very awkward, but it's also really kind of beautiful the way
Oh.
it's done in the movie. But also, we're translating that onto stage just as well. I think people really like every time when I say, like, I want to kiss you, you don't got to kiss me back if you don't want. Big laugh from the like a sort of awkward laugh.
Yeah,
from the
like a
audience.
relieved laugh. Like, oh, let's.
It's one of those things where it's like it works so well translated to stage. So we're, I'm really happy, really proud to be like doing some of these scenes that are so iconic and making them work.
It's amazing. How was Sly? Was he cool?
He's very cool. He's very cool. He's giving me some pointers. He's come see the show. I think he's coming back in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. He's talking the show up great on Letterman and all that stuff.
Really?
So
he has Maryland roots as well.
Oh, he does.
He went
I didn't know.
the school that my mom works at. Sly went there in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's why you feel comfortable calling him Sly.
I don't call him Sly.
You don't call him Sly? No, I would call
What do
him
you
Sly.
call him?
I call him Sylvester Stallone, like full name.
Every time.
Hello, Sylvester Stallone. Do you call him Mr. Sylvester Stallone?
I don't even say Mister.
Just
I think I
Stallone.
saw an interview where somebody called him Mr. Stallone, and he was like, "Don't call me Mister." So I avoid that.
So you're just like Sylvester Stallone. Good to see you today.
I always wonder this about Broadway. So you work how many days?
8 shows a week. So I have Mondays off, but I like Wednesday. I had 2 shows. We'll have 2 shows on Saturday, and the rest is like 1 show. And
Jeez, so you work every day doing. What time do you go to work?
I get there 2 hours beforehand because this show is like I gotta limber up the neck.
Yeah, you gotta warm up.
But I also gotta vocally warm up, get there, but also warm down so I can
Do
talk.
you don't rehearse anymore though, right? Like you have
I
it
got
down.
rehearsal today actually for the fight. So
Really?
You still rehearse?
yeah,
Do things
The fight
change?
is so complex, and it's so they want to keep the integrity of it and make sure that people are
You
having
don't
such a
slip.
good experience.
Which is, by the way, hilarious the more I think about it, because literally the one thing that everyone makes fun of for Rocky are the most unrealistic fight scenes ever. Like, we love them. So is it keeping integrity to the movie or to boxing? Because the movie really wasn't that close to boxing. I mean, they literally just wailed on each other for like 5 minutes straight in the face.
I trained, at Church Street Boxing Gym, and
No way.
And
I go there.
Oh, you go there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there for to learn the fundamentals, and they kicked my butt, making sure that.
Who'd you train with?
This kid Steve. He's like 27, and he's retired from boxing. I'm like, how you retired?
Yeah,
but
no, a
like
lot
when
of
they're
those guys
young,
are, yeah.
and they can't get the right fights. They
Yeah.
gotta, they have to do something. They have
It's
to
all.
train.
It's almost all luck.
Yeah.
It's luck in
They're
politics.
just
is
so
what I'm-
good. They're such good fighters.
Yeah.
If they don't catch that right, it's like a hit song. If they don't catch that right fight, it doesn't happen for them.
They did pretty well, and that's
Kind
it.
of what Rocky's all about. He
Yeah.
gets that opportunity.
Right.
which-
Oh, that's
Fucking
exactly
right
what it
fighter.
is. Rocky could have been that guy.
Yeah, so it speaks very well to boxers, but also like to opportunities in life. People have to take that opportunity. What are you going to do with it when you get it? So, and for me, I had to go train to be a boxer. I didn't want to pass up that opportunity to be like,
Yeah, that's good.
make it look real.
Oh, I'm psyched to see it, dude. It's called Rocky, in case you didn't know, the musical. It's on Broadway right now. Andy Karl, the star of it. What's Cipha?
I'm just waiting for Rambo.
Yeah.
He's going to play Rambo.
No. I'm playing Rambo.
Oh.
I'm
Thanks,
going in,
Andy.
son.